Hi, welcome to the Pink Moon Tarot. I'm Nikki, the Pink Moon Tarotist, and I'm here to give a monthly reading, a general monthly reading for the month of March 2022 for the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign of Libra. And as I say, these are general readings, so they won't resonate with everyone. So please do feel free to pick up anything that does and leave the rest behind. And if you know your moon, your rising, or your Venus, you can always check those out. They will all be linked in the description box below, as will all the ways you can contact me if you would like a private reading or to work with me on a deeper level. But without further ado, let's get into the reading. Oh, before I do that, let me just tell you what deck I'm using. I am using the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krantz. Just shaking things up a little bit. The Wild Unknown Tarot is a black and white tarot deck with pops of color here and there, as you can see in this Two of Cups. It's a very nature-based tarot deck, lots of animals in it, hence the Wild Unknown. And if I can ask you to please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel, that would be very much appreciated. There is a little button on the corner of the screen that you can press to subscribe, and your support is very much appreciated. There's something weird going on with the YouTube algorithms right now, and I feel like I'm being buried a little bit. So your help would be truly appreciated from me. So thank you very much for that. Okay, so let's take a look and see Libra, March 2022. Oof. Oof. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Oof. Hello, old friend. Those of you that watch me regularly will know what I mean when I say hello, old friend. And your overall energy. Okay, so your overall energy makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense, and you will see why as we get into the reading. Okay, so your overall energy is the 10 of Wands. Now, the 10 of Wands tends show some cycle coming to an end, something being complete. Okay, it's an ending of something, or not an ending of something. That's wrong. A completion of something, something coming to its conclusion, to its fruition, to its point where it's reached its potential. Okay. The 10 of Wands is the card of carrying burdens, okay? It is, you know, if you have been splitting your focus in a million different directions, you know, if you're an entrepreneur but you're still working and you have a family and you have this and you have that going on, you know, it's that energy of taking on too much, of feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when we get the 10, it shows that it is time to release those burdens, to let those go, to focus your energy on just what you can do here and now. Doesn't mean you won't pick those back up again later, but it just means that for the time being, it's time to put some stuff down, okay? Remember that, because it's important for the rest of the reading. Okay. So the first card that we get out is the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is the card of collaboration, of working together. It can represent you and others. It can represent you and spirit and your higher self. You know, it's that collaborative cooperation that is required when we have the Three of Pentacles. It can also represent you having your own kind of little cheerleading squad to help to boost you, to lift you up, getting that recognition for what you've done. So if you're in work and you're hoping for a promotion, this could be the month that it happens, because it's about getting that recognition for your hard work, for your endeavors, for your talent, for your experience, for your expertise. Okay, so it's not just about working cooperatively with others, it's also about you getting that recognition from others, and that's a nice energy to start with. Okay, especially as the next one we have is the World. And the World, it's the final card in the major arcana. Okay, and the World is the completion of that cycle. Does that sound familiar? It's a completion of something coming to an end. But in order for something to begin again, something does usually have to come to its end. And you have Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself, representing the World. In my ending is my beginning. It is all about how things are cyclical, okay? Things run in cycles, and when there's an ending of an era, there's a beginning of a new one. That's just the way it is, It's about momentum, moving forwards, going forwards in a positive way. It can also represent, because it is the World, it can represent travel, moving jobs, moving locations, going on the trip of a lifetime. It can represent those things. It depends usually on what the question is, and this is a very general one, so it may apply for some of you, but it also depends on the other cards around it. And I do see a little bit of shifting going on. That's my shifting head. I do see a little bit of shifting going on for you, my lovely Libras. And as a Libran, you may feel like your balance is being tipped one way and then the other, and it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. But know that you're starting to get recognized for who you are and what you give to the world. And this is a good thing. And so yes, something is coming to its conclusion, its ending of its cycle, but something great is coming out of that. Now, the reason I said it might make you feel a little bit off balance is because the next card we have is the card of Strength. And strength shows up when we do need to tap into that inner strength within ourselves, to really focus our energies in a way that we can cope with things, that we can flourish in the face of adversity. That's the kind of strength that I'm talking about. And this is something that I think may be a little bit tipped towards some sort of relationship where you're going to need that strength. And it doesn't necessarily mean a relationship between two lovers. It can be a relationship in work, a relationship with yourself. But we have the Lovers in the reverse here. And the Lovers in the reverse is, it's the Lovers represents two people coming together on an equal footing, okay? And those two energies creating something to grow, to be bigger, to be good, to be powerful. That's the word I'm looking for. When the Lovers is in reversed, it shows that there may be an unequal relationship going on, that someone else is elevated above the other person. And if that is the case, this is something that needs to be addressed, okay? The balance needs to be redressed. You can always flip. Whenever you get a reversal, you can always flip them back up the right way, okay? That's the thing about reversals. They show up because they're showing you a red flag, a warning sign, something that you need to be aware of that might be going on around you right now. And this particular energy is energy of someone who is feeling an imbalance. And it may be you that's feeling an imbalance. You may be feeling that someone is, your ideas are not being listened to. Your feelings are not being validated. But judging by the rest of the cards around here, this may be a you thing rather than a them thing. And that might sound a little bit harsh, but really take a look at how you're reacting to situations, which is where that inner strength comes from, okay? In the center of the reading, we have the Mother of Pentacles. So this could be the person that is making you feel this way, this sort of very motherly, caring, nurturing figure. It could be that you are feeling that you are the one who is having to care for others all the time, and there is no one there caring for you. But that energy is in the center of the reading, so it is central to your emotions right now. So the home, the family, the community sense that the Pentacle energy brings, with that Mother of Pentacles, she is the nurturer, she is the carer, she is the one that is protecting and looking after. And you may feel a little bit like that's you putting out that energy all the time and you're not getting anything back. And there needs to be a balance struck if that's the case. Or it may be that, quite literally translated, you may be having an issue with your mother. You will know. You will know. We then have the Son of Swords. The Son of Swords is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is the one that goes rushing in, to save the day. He's there to save the princess or whatever. And the thing with him is there is always a caution. There's always a caution with the cards anyway, but there's always a caution with the Knight of Swords, or the Son of Swords as it is in this case. And that is to not go rushing in without thinking. It's yes, it gives that momentum, it gives that direction, it gives that energy of knowledge, of power, of striking out on your own, of being forward thinking and aggressively optimistic. It gives all of that, but it also gives that cautionary tale of just don't go rushing in without looking. Don't leap without looking. Make sure you are fully aware of what you're rushing into. And I say that purely because it comes after the Lovers in reverse, and because it is next to that Mother of Pentacles. So there is that I just feel that kind of, things are a little bit topsy-turvy right now. And it's all part of this putting down your burdens. And there is another reason I say this. Because we have the Devil here. And the Devil shows up in a reading when there is something that you are not letting go of, that you are bound by, that you are stuck with. It's not usually someone else's influence, although it can be. It's usually about your own addiction, your own cords that you have attached to others, your own binding, your own perception of yourself and your situation and the others around you. And it can, it can speak to actual addiction, alcohol addiction, drug addiction. It can be a case of, be aware of where you are indulging too much, which is where that Son of Swords energy I was saying, don't go rushing into something without thinking it through, because you could just end up making things worse for yourself. So really use that time and energy wisely. Use that inner strength. Remember, you do have the world there. Things do turn. There is an ending of something and a beginning of something new and something better. So allow that to come through. And the devil is sandwiched in between two lovely cards. It's got the 9 of Pentacles here, which is reaping rewards of what you've sown. You know, it's getting your just desserts, getting what you have worked for, getting what you deserve. Okay. So make sure it's something good that you deserve. And then we have the Emperor on the other side, the divine masculine energy, the energy of being strategic. And he's underneath the Son of Swords, which is why I was banging on about making sure you don't rush in blindfolded. And the Strength card is at the top there. So it's very much a make sure you are being very strategic. You are being very cautious and knowledgeable about where you're going and what you're doing. Don't just blindly go in. And it's interesting. It's an interesting kind of dynamic going on here. There is a dynamic going on here of potential for great things, for a great beginning, for a great moving on, for great rewards coming in, for things really beginning to blossom for you, my lovely Libras. But there's this other energy that is an imbalance of the masculine and the feminine, an imbalance in the way you're looking at yourself, and that sort of inner feeling of lack, that inner feeling of not being worthy, that inner feeling of you know, having those codependent relationships, which may also be part of the Lovers in reverse. You know, you may be in a codependent relationship. Remember how I said when one person is elevated above another? You know, if you are in some kind of toxic relationship where someone is gaslighting you or just putting you down to make themselves feel better, you know, it's time to really look at that and think, is that what you want? Can you talk it through? Can you change that situation? Can you use your inner strength to build and work together with that person to make the relationship better? Or can you take a step out and maybe move on in a different direction altogether? I never advocate ending a relationship unless it's what you want, okay? But there is that energy there as well. So just be aware of that. For some of you, that's going to be an energy that comes up. But remember, it's time to let go of those burdens. It's time to let them go, put them down, put down those things that you don't need to be carrying around with you right now. Release yourself from the binds, okay? You have the strength to do it, and you have the world opening up to you right now to take advantage of this energy and use it to move forwards in a positive way. Oof, pretty deep stuff there, Libra. Right, let's take a wisdom of the hidden realms. Yeah, that makes sense. We have the altar priestess. Preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. It's a good time, a good month for you to up your spiritual practices. So if you meditate, meditate. Don't miss it. Don't think you don't need it. If you are a person that prays, then pray. If you are someone who writes affirmations or says affirmations, do those. You know, keep up with your spiritual practices. Now is the time to honor your spiritual practices, because that's where you will find your solace. My candle's just gone out. That's where you will find your hope. That's where you will find your strength. Ask your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your gods, your goddesses, your source energy, whatever you believe, your higher self. Ask for help and it will be received. But just keep that ritual going. Keep that ritual, or start a ritual if you don't have one. Start a spiritual practice that will help to ground you. And a spiritual practice can be just 5 minutes meditation a day. It can be a walk in nature a day. You know, just a gratitude, be thankful for what you have. Any of these things. But it's important to help you to have that strength to deal with whatever this is that's going on under the surface. Okay, let's take a little look at the magical mermaids and dolphins. Maybe not. No, that was too many. Okay. Okay, so there you go. And an unforeseen windfall of abundance comes to you now. So this is what I'm saying about, you may feel like, oh my goodness me, Nikki, this sounds like such a difficult month. But there's a treasure chest here for you. There is something amazing. I feel it under the surface. There is something wonderful coming your way. And that treasure chest, an unforeseen windfall, all those things that you want, you can have. But there is just something that's bubbling under the surface here that needs to be dealt with. Okay? Let's take a healing with the fairies. I might take a healing with the angels for you, actually. I'm backing up the world here, moving forward fearlessly. Exactly that. Don't take that fear and that sense of lack and that sense of, you know, low self-worth or anything like that. Don't take that with you. Move forwards fearlessly, because you are moving forwards into something great. And that, I can't stress that enough, okay? Something amazing is coming out of all of this with that Emperor there. The Emperor is, you know, he's the entrepreneur. He's the one in charge, for goodness sake. It's a real energy of positivity, and with the world there at the top as well. Of course, the Emperor might also represent who it is you're attached to with that devil energy. Just saying. Someone with very strong masculine energy who is very much in charge. Maybe the person that's causing you problems right now. So do look out for that too. And we have ideas and inspiration. Yes. Yes, allow that inspiration to come through. Allow your ideas to flow and to flourish, and follow them. Follow your intuition. Always follow your intuition. I've got an itchy nose. Always follow your intuition, because that is never going to steer you wrong. But wow, something's coming, Libra. Something's coming, and it feels big. It feels big. So get ready. Okay? Get ready. Okay, if you want to delve deeper into this, you can always contact me for a private reading. The link to my website is in the description box below. But until next time, please do remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support is, as always, very much appreciated. Have a wonderful March. Look after yourselves. Be kind to yourselves and each other. Namaste.